Monile, Muleoli, Malamka, Nosekumene Muli, my beautiful diasporian people, today I am here for you. Let us have a conversation. Tuongee sana. Yeah? Tuongee. Kuna nyaya hapa. So let's talk. Some of us that are not living in our country of origin, okay, abroad, you are earning in very strong currencies, but yet you're still building very weak financial lives. Now, we need to have that conversation, that uncomfortable conversation. What are some of the things that we can do when we sit, starting today, sit with your finances and have a serious conversation? First thing that I want us to talk about is you are earning in these strong currencies, pounds, dollars, euros, rands, whatever currency it is, but yet you're still running your finances like you're in 1995. You have no internet banking. You have no online monitoring of your money, simply because the money you're sending home is always going through your relatives. So you are busy managing the money over the phone through WhatsApp messages. In 2026, that's not financial management. That is actually financial blindness. So please stop. Okay? Did you know, for instance, in Malawi, you can actually get private banking from as little as 20,000 kwacha per month? I know you might think or whatever, but for someone who's in diaspora, 20,000 is not a lot of money. So if you're a person who sends money frequently, you definitely want someone to tell you what is going on with your money. So private banking, private bankers will actually sometimes even say to you, with the amount of money that's coming into your account, can you please look at investment? Please look at this, please look at that. So that is the advantage as well. As much as they're just a phone call away when you need any services from the bank. Now, second thing is many diasporan workers have no retirement plan. Even with whatever country you're at right now, you don't even have a retirement plan. That if you're planning to retire in Europe, what is your plan? Okay. Now, for those of you that want to return home, so you've been abroad for 10, 20, 30 years, however many years, but if you're going to return tomorrow, yeah, to Kenya, to Tanzania, wherever it is, what exactly is paying your bills? Let's have a serious conversation. Because you're sending money every month to your relative's bank account, that's not a retirement plan. That is you just enriching them because you're boosting their credit rating in case they ever need to get a mortgage. You are boosting their financial lifestyle. That's what you're doing. Okay. Next thing is family loyalty is destroying some people's finances. Some of you, perfectly, it has worked really well with your families, but others are crying. As Baleanga, I've sent them money, or I was busy sending money, but this person was building 2 houses, one for themselves and one for me. Now, as much as this is a very sensitive topic, okay, many diasporan Africans are too trusting to their relatives that no, they are managing my farm, they are managing my business, they are managing my land, or my construction projects, but you don't even have a contract, there's no accountability, financial, you don't even know if this person is filing taxes. And then once you realize what's been going on, you come back and say, my money disappeared. Hell no, your money didn't disappear. You set up a very weak system from the beginning. So now that you know, you are going to fix it. Next thing is, one medical emergency at home can wipe out your entire savings. Many of you believe in putting money in the bank. So what that does is when your parents are sick, you have to take from that pool. When a funeral happens, you are taking from that pool, and the hospitals are demanding a lot of money. So all of this is happening because you've decided, I don't want to pay 30,000 a month to Mazim for my relatives. Mazim must cover them, but I'll just take money and give them. Look, you can't plan matenda, you can't plan a funeral. Make sure you have funeral cover, make sure you have medical insurance for them as well. Okay. Nico has a funeral cover for diaspora people as well. Please, you can contact Nico and they'll tell you how it works and how you can apply for that. Most banks are not doing it for us diasporians, yet they're missing out on a lot of money. But yes, please, this is not an advert, by the way, but I'm just sharing information because there's so much out there and many people don't know what these companies are offering. So you can contact them. but also contact these medical insurance companies. Tell your relatives to find out how much is the policy, and take it up. You don't need to dip into your savings, okay? One emergency can actually become a huge financial earthquake for you, so much that you might just find yourself buying a ticket home. Why? You didn't plan very well. So make sure you planning for funeral cover and for medical cover is not disrespect to anybody. It's financial maturity. Next thing is I want us to talk about is high income abroad does not equal to wealth. Just because you're earning 3,000, 4,000 pounds doesn't mean you're wealthy. You guys are earning a lot of money out there, okay? 10 million shillings, whatever. But 10 years later, after being in these countries, you still have zero investment, no portfolio, no assets. All you have is responsibilities that you are continuing to pay for every month. You don't even have an emergency fund in that country where you are, let alone in Malawi. Look, if you lose your job, or if you have an issue with your visa, or you need to renew your visa, or you need to take that emergency ticket home, you will find yourself extremely broke, that you now have to start borrowing money. Income is not security. Reserves are the real security. So plan your money properly and know where you're going to put it. Some diaspora lifestyles are built on peer pressure and appearance. Hey, I must drive a nice car. They need to know every family event, whether it's a funeral, a wedding, a birthday, but behind the scenes you are using your credit cards, you're draining them, your savings are falling apart. Stop ignoring the global investment. Please stop this peer pressure. Start investing your money in these very strong economies that you're at. I understand you are not there legally. Invest in your stock market. You are a citizen in your country. Just because you can't invest where you are, invest in your country. If you're a Malawian, invest on the Malawi Stock Exchange. If you're a Zambian, invest on the Zambian Stock Exchange market. And let your money grow. Please, you earning on these markets, guys, is going to triple, quadruple your money, like miraculously. You have no idea. Going back to Malawi, you have companies like Old Mutual, Nico, Amakandi, Private Wealth. Private wealth is where you are actually giving your money to this department that thinks for you, and they grow your money like crazy. So please contact them, okay? The last point that I'm going to touch on is working abroad can delay poverty, but it doesn't automatically create wealth. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a system, and you don't have any investments, you are just finding yourself sending money home, paying bills for family, helping family, surviving month to month, paycheck to paycheck. Look, you can spend 20 years overseas and still come back home as a financially vulnerable person. You've worked so hard abroad, but the money back home hasn't worked for you. Some of you are busy building mansions and your mansions are just sitting. No one can even afford to rent that mansion. And then before you know it, you're trying to turn it into a lodge or an Airbnb. Again, that business is seasonal. So I've seen some people who are building, like mini complexes with like 4 units inside, and then they are able to rent it out. That is actually also a very good idea. So I'm going to leave you with this. If you are in the diaspora, the goal is not just to send money home. The goal is to build a financial system that survives long after your remittances stop, okay? So I'll also leave you with this question, all right? Think about it. After 10 or 15, 20 years abroad, will you come back with assets and investments, or you're just going to come here and tell us stories about how hard you were working abroad and how you traveled? Be honest, which one is actually happening to you right now? Have an amazing day, guys, and take care of yourself. Please let us start having a serious conversation about money. I apologize for this video, it's too long. Mwah. Ciao.